Your car throws a warning light out of nowhere. The transmission starts shifting weird. The idle is rough and shaky, like the engine is about to give up. Maybe the infotainment screen is frozen, the key fob is not being detected, or there is a warning on your dash that makes no sense. So you call the shop, and what do they say? The shop tells you to bring it in. Diagnostic fee is $150. They will let you know what they find. You hand over your keys, sit in the waiting room for 2 hours. And then someone walks out with a clipboard and says, yes, we reset a module. That will be $180. $180 to press some buttons. Here is the truth they do not advertise. A huge percentage of these problems are not actually broken parts. Nothing is worn out. Nothing needs to be replaced. Your car's computers are just confused. They are stuck on bad data from a weak battery event, a dirty sensor reading, or a random electrical glitch that happened 3 weeks ago. And in most cases, you can fix it yourself at home for free in minutes. So in this video, I am giving you 21 powerful reset tricks that can bring your car back to life without a shop visit, without a scan tool, and without spending a dime. And make sure you stay until the end, because reset number 1 is the one that stops people from calling tow trucks and paying for starters they do not actually need. I have seen this single trick save people $500 plus when their car would not start but was never actually broken. Let's get into it. Quick safety note: if any step feels unsafe or does not match your specific vehicle, do not force it. Some cars have unique procedures, so check your owner's manual if you are ever unsure. These are general methods that work on most vehicles, but yours might be different. Reset number 21, Infotainment Reboot Reset. Let us start with one of the most common annoyances in modern cars: the infotainment system acting like a smartphone from 2012. Screen freezes mid-navigation. Bluetooth will not connect to your phone. Apple CarPlay or Android Auto keeps dropping. The backup camera shows a black screen. Touch inputs lag so badly you miss your exit because the map could not keep up. How to reset. Press and hold the power and volume knob for 10 to 15 seconds. On most vehicles, this forces a soft reboot of the infotainment system. Some cars require a combination. Hold the power button and the seek and track button at the same time for 10 to 15 seconds. The screen will go black, the system will restart, and when it comes back up, many of those glitches will be gone. It is the same principle as restarting your phone when it is acting buggy. The system just needs to clear its memory and start fresh. Result: frozen screens unfreeze, Bluetooth reconnects, lag disappears. You did not pay anyone $100 plus to do exactly the same thing. Reset number 20, Power Window Auto Up and Down Reset. This one frustrates people constantly, especially after a battery replacement or a jump start. You press the window button to auto roll down, and nothing happens. You have to hold the button the entire time. The one-touch convenience feature is gone. The window motor is not broken. The switch is not broken. The window just lost its programmed position limits when battery power was interrupted. How to reset. Roll the window all the way down using the switch. When it reaches the bottom, keep holding the down position for an additional 5 seconds. Then roll it all the way up. When it reaches the top, keep holding the UP position for an additional 5 seconds. That's it. You have just taught the window where fully open and fully closed are, and the auto function comes back. Result: one touch up and down works again. Repeat for each window that lost the function. Reset number 19, Sunroof Position Reset. Similar to Windows, sunroofs have position memory that can get wiped after low battery voltage or electrical issues. Symptoms include the sunroof will not close all the way, it stops mid-travel, it will not tilt properly, or the motor runs, but nothing seems to move correctly. How to reset. Turn the ignition to on. Press and hold the sunroof tilt and close button for 10 to 20 seconds. Keep holding even after it seems to stop moving. The sunroof should cycle through its full range of motion, opening, closing, and tilting, as it relearns its position limits. Result? Smooth, consistent operation returns. The sunroof knows where it is supposed to stop again. Reset number 18, HVAC, Blend Door Recalibration. This is one of those problems that makes people think their air conditioning system is dying when it is actually just a calibration issue. You set the temperature to 68 degrees Fahrenheit on both sides, but one side blows cold and the other side blows warm. Or you hear a clicking, ticking, or thumping noise from behind the dashboard whenever you adjust the temperature. That noise is usually the blend door actuator, a small motor that controls airflow direction. When it loses calibration, it keeps searching for positions it cannot find. How to reset, basic method. Turn the car completely off. Locate your HVAC or air conditioning fuse in the fuse box. Check your owner's manual for the exact location. Pull the fuse out and wait 60 to 90 seconds. Reinstall the fuse, start the car, and do not touch any climate controls for 1 to 2 minutes. Let the system recalibrate itself. Result: the blend doors find their correct positions, the clicking often stops, and temperature control works properly again. Reset number 17, throttle body relearn. If you've recently cleaned your throttle body, replaced the battery, or had any work done that involved disconnecting power, you might notice the idle is unstable. It hunts up and down, surges randomly, or the car feels hesitant when you first press the gas. The engine computer lost its learned idle position and doesn't know exactly how much air to allow at rest. How to reset. Start the car with every accessory turned off. No air conditioning, no headlights, no radio, no rear defrost. Let it idle completely undisturbed for 5 full minutes. The engine computer is establishing a baseline. Now turn on the air conditioning and headlights. Let it idle for another 5 minutes with this electrical load. Turn everything off and take a gentle 10-minute drive with varied speeds. Result: the computer relearns proper idle control, and that hunting and surging behavior smooths out. Reset number 16, steering angle sensor quick relearn. After battery issues, alignment work, or suspension repairs, you might see the traction control light or stability control warning illuminate. The steering might also feel slightly off, like the car does not know which way is straight. The steering angle sensor has lost its calibration and does not know where center is anymore. How to reset. Turn the ignition to on. Turn the steering wheel all the way to the left until it stops. Hold it there for 3 to 5 seconds. Turn it all the way to the right until it stops. Hold it there for 3 to 5 seconds. Return the wheel to center as accurately as you can. Start the car and drive slowly in a straight line for about a minute. Result: the steering angle sensor recalibrates and those traction and stability warnings often clear themselves. Reset number 15, TPMS reset for the tire pressure light. You just filled all your tires to the correct pressure. You checked twice, but that annoying tire pressure light is still glowing on your dash like it is mocking you. The TPMS system sometimes needs a manual reset to recognize that conditions have changed. How to reset. First, verify all 4 tires and the spare. If your car monitors it, are at the correct pressure in pounds per square inch. Check the sticker on your door jamb. That is your target pressure, not the number on the tire sidewall. Look for a TPMS reset button, often located under the dash near the steering column or inside the glove box. Press and hold it until the light blinks 3 times. If there is no button, many cars will reset themselves after 10 to 15 minutes of driving at highway speed. Some vehicles require you to use the Infotainment menu to initiate a relearn procedure. As a result, the light goes off, and you stop wondering if something is actually wrong with your tires. Reset number 14, key fob wake-up reset. Your key fob is not being detected. The car may say, "No key found," even though the fob is in your hand. Or the remote range has gotten pathetically short, you have to be standing right next to the car for it to respond. Before you assume the car's receiver is broken, check the simple stuff. How to reset. Replace the key fob battery. This is the cause, probably 80% of the time. Most fobs use a CR2025 or CR2032 coin cell that costs $3. If the battery is new and it is still not working, use the backup start method. Most push-button start cars have an emergency procedure where you hold the fob directly against the start button and press. This uses the passive RFID chip and does not require battery power. Lock and unlock the car several times while standing close to it. This can help resync the fob to the receiver. Result: Key detection returns, range improves, and you do not pay a dealer $300 for a key programming that was not needed. Reset number 13, battery cable soft reset. This is the classic. Have you tried turning it off and on again for cars? After low voltage events such as leaving a light on overnight, a weak battery, or a jump start, cars can develop weird symptoms, random warning lights, odd transmission behavior, gauges acting funny, features that do not work right. How to reset. Turn the car off completely. Disconnect only the negative battery terminal, the black terminal. Wait 10 to 15 minutes. This allows capacitors throughout the electrical system to discharge and allows modules to fully power down. Reconnect the terminal and tighten it securely. Result? Many minor electrical glitches clear themselves. This is often the first thing a mechanic would try, and they will charge you for the privilege. Reset number 12, the battery management system reset for new battery calibration. Modern cars don't just use the battery, they actively manage it. The battery management system tracks the battery's age, health, and charge state, and then adjusts the charging system accordingly. When you install a new battery, the car might still think it is managing the old weak one. That causes weird charging behavior, start-stop systems that do not work, or the car acting like the battery is always low. Common pedal reset method works on many vehicles. Turn the ignition to on with the engine off. Press and hold the brake pedal, then slowly press the gas pedal to the floor. Hold both for about 10 seconds. Release both pedals and turn the ignition to off. Wait 10 seconds, then start the car normally. Result: charging behavior normalizes and start-stop features work correctly again. Note: some vehicles, especially German cars, require a scan tool to properly register a new battery. If the pedal reset does not help, you may need that. Reset number 11, fuel trim reset. Your fuel economy has dropped noticeably. The car feels sluggish, like it is working harder than it should. Throttle response is mushy. The engine computer might be stuck on old fuel trim corrections, adjustments it made to compensate for conditions that no longer exist. Maybe you had a dirty air filter that has been replaced. Maybe there was a small vacuum leak that has been fixed. But the computer is still compensating. How to reset. Disconnect the negative battery cable for 20 to 30 minutes. This is longer than a typical soft reset because you want to ensure all learned fuel data clears. Reconnect the cable. Let the car idle for a few minutes after starting. Take a varied drive, some city, some highway, some acceleration, some cruising. Give the computer fresh data to learn from. Result: fuel trims recalculate based on current conditions, and you often notice improved throttle response and better fuel economy over the next few drive cycles. All right, if you have learned something useful so far, if even one of these tricks is going to save you a shop visit, hit that like button. It takes half a second, and it helps this video reach more people who are about to waste money on problems they could fix themselves. And subscribe to Torque and Throttle if you haven't already. We don't do guesswork over here. We do real fixes that save real money. Now let's keep going, because the next 10 resets include some that fix problems people pay hundreds of dollars to solve. Reset number 10, airbag light cycle reset. The airbag light is on, but you haven't been in an accident. Nothing seems wrong. It just appeared one day. This often happens after low battery events or if a seat connector got jostled. Maybe you moved the seats forward to load something in the back. How to reset, basic cycle method. Turn the key to on. Do not start the engine. Watch the airbag light. When the airbag light turns off, usually after a few seconds, immediately turn the key to off. Wait 5 seconds, then turn the key to on again. Wait for the light to go off, then turn the key to off. Repeat this cycle 3 to 4 times total. On the final cycle, start the car normally. Result: if it was a glitch rather than a real fault, the light clears. If the light comes back, you have an actual issue that needs diagnosis, but at least you know it's real. Reset number 9, idle air control reset. Similar to the throttle body relearn, this addresses unstable idle, and it focuses on getting the computer to relearn how much air it needs at idle under different conditions. Symptoms: stalling at stoplights. Idle that surges when AC kicks on. Rough idle that smooths out once you are driving. How to reset. Start the car with all accessories off. Let it idle undisturbed for 5 minutes. Turn on the AC and headlights, adding electrical load. Idle for another 5 minutes. Turn everything off and drive gently for 10 minutes. Result? The computer learns proper idle compensation for both unloaded and loaded conditions. Idle stabilizes. Reset number 8. Transmission adaptive reset. Your automatic transmission learns your driving style over time. It adapts shift points, shift firmness, and timing based on how you typically drive. The problem is, it can learn bad patterns after low battery events, lots of stop-and-go driving, or other conditions. Then shifts feel harsh, soft, delayed, or like they are hunting between gears. How to reset. Turn the ignition to on, with the engine off. With your foot on the brake, slowly move the shifter through each gear position, park, reverse, neutral, drive, and any manual positions. Pause for 2 to 3 seconds in each position. Return to park, start the car, and drive gently for 10 to 15 minutes with smooth, consistent inputs. Result: the transmission clears old patterns and relearns from fresh data. Shifts grow smooth over the next several drive cycles. Reset number 7, ECU hard reset. When things are really acting weird, like a check engine light for no apparent reason, limp mode activation, or multiple strange symptoms, sometimes the ECU just needs a clean slate. How to reset. Safer version. Disconnect the negative battery terminal. Wait 15 to 30 minutes. Longer is better for a full reset. Reconnect the terminal securely. Start the car and let it idle for 10 minutes without touching the gas pedal. Let the computer re-establish all its baseline readings. Result: the ECU relearns idle, fuel trim, and other parameters from scratch. Glitch-based problems often resolve. Note: this will also clear your radio presets and clock. You may need to do window and sunroof resets afterward. Reset number 6, ABS light reset. The ABS light is on, but your brakes feel completely normal. No weird pedal feel, no grinding, no pulling. Common causes include a dirty wheel speed sensor, brake fluid level dropping slightly below the sensor, or a voltage glitch during a weak battery event. How to reset. Check your brake fluid level first. If it is low, top it off and see if that alone clears the light. Turn the ignition off. Locate and pull the ABS fuse and check your fuse diagram. Leave it out for 10 to 15 minutes. Reinstall the fuse. Start the car and drive slowly in a safe area, allowing the system to recalibrate. Result: if it was a temporary fault, the ABS light clears. If it comes back, you have an actual sensor or module issue, but now you know it is real. Reset number 5, mass airflow sensor reset plus clean. A dirty mass airflow sensor causes rough idle, hesitation on acceleration, stalling, poor fuel economy, and sometimes a check engine light. The sensor gets contaminated over time, especially if you have run a dirty air filter. It reads airflow incorrectly, and the computer adjusts fuel delivery based on bad data. How to reset. Disconnect the negative battery cable for 15 minutes. Locate the MAF sensor, usually in the intake tube between the air filter box and the engine. Remove it carefully, usually just 2 screws. Spray the sensing element with MAF cleaner only, not carb cleaner or brake cleaner. Do not touch the wires with anything. Let it air dry completely, at least 15 minutes. Reinstall the sensor, reconnect the battery, and let the car idle for a few minutes. Result: cleaner sensor readings mean better fuel calculations. Idle smooths out, hesitation disappears, and fuel economy improves. Reset number 4, throttle position sensor reset. If your throttle feels hesitant, jerky, or there is a delay between pressing the gas and the car responding, the throttle position sensor might be out of sync. How to reset. Turn the key to on with the engine off. Slowly press the gas pedal all the way to the floor. Hold it there for 3 to 5 seconds. Slowly release the pedal completely. Turn the key off and wait 10 seconds. Start the car and let it idle for a few minutes. Result: the computer recalibrates its understanding of pedal position and throttle response sharpens. Reset number 3, Evap gas cap reset. You got gas and now there is a check engine light. The car runs fine. Nothing feels wrong. There is a very good chance your gas cap was not tightened properly, and the Evap system detected a leak. How to reset. Open the fuel door and remove the gas cap. Check the rubber seal for cracks or debris. Reinstall the cap and tighten until you hear multiple clicks, usually 3 to 5 clicks. Drive normally for 2 to 3 days. Result? The car runs its self-tests, confirms the system is sealed, and the light turns off on its own. No scan tool needed. Reset number 2, electronic parking brake reset. Electric parking brakes can glitch after low battery events, leaving you with a parking brake that feels stuck, will not engage properly, or shows a warning light. How to reset. Turn the ignition to on. Press and hold the brake pedal. Engage the electronic parking brake, then release it. Engage it again, then release it again. Do this 3 to 4 times slowly. Afterward, the electric parking brake system will resync its position sensors and stop acting erratic. Reset number 1, Key Plus Immobilizer reset. This is the big one. The one that saves people from tow trucks and unnecessary starter replacements. Here is the scenario. You get in your car, turn the key or push the button, and nothing happens. The engine does not crank. There is a security light flashing on the dash. The car is completely unresponsive. Your first thought is dead battery or bad starter, but the dash lights are on. The radio works. The battery seems fine. What is actually happening is your key and the car's immobilizer have lost their sync. The car does not recognize the key as authorized, so it is refusing to start as an anti-theft measure. How to reset. Insert the key and turn it to the on position. Do not try to start. Watch the security light, it will be flashing or solid. Leave the key in the on position for 10 full minutes or until the security light turns off or changes behavior. Turn the key to off, wait 10 seconds. Repeat this cycle 2 to 3 times total. On the final cycle, after the security light goes off, try to start the car normally. Result: the key and immobilizer complete their handshake and recognize each other again. The car starts like nothing was ever wrong. I have seen people call tow trucks, pay for diagnostic fees, and even buy new starters, when this simple reset would have fixed everything in 20 minutes. And that's 21 free reset tricks that can save you hundreds and sometimes thousands of dollars in unnecessary repairs and diagnostic fees. Here is the reality. Shops are not evil. Mechanics are not trying to scam you. When you bring them a car with a warning light, they have to charge you to figure out what is wrong. If the fix turns out to be that they reset a module, you are still paying for their time. Now you can try the resets yourself first. If they do not work, you have lost nothing but a few minutes. If they do work, you have just saved yourself a shop visit and kept money in your pocket. If this video helped you, or if you are saving it for later when something goes wrong, hit like and subscribe to Torque and Throttle. We are building a library of real practical car knowledge for people who want to understand their vehicles instead of being at the mercy of whatever the shop tells them. Drop a comment with your year, make, and model. Tell me what symptom brought you here or which reset you are going to try. I read the comments and I will help point you in the right direction. And if you want the next video, I am breaking down 21 sounds your car makes right before something dies and exactly what each sound means. Those noises are not random. They are warnings. If you know how to listen, you can catch problems before they become expensive. Hit subscribe. Stay locked in with Torque and Throttle. We fix it ourselves and we keep our money. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one.